Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I just want to make sure I'm looking at a few things behind the system, behind the scenes. I want to make sure that I am showing up everywhere that I'm supposed to be showing up. And apparently, you guys can't see me on Facebook. So let me head over there and fix that. So, what do you guys have going on today? This is going to be a two-way conversation today. My desire is definitely not to be before you very long, but I do want to ensure that I am giving you guys an opportunity to ask me questions, and to also be a part of the conversation. So let's go ahead and get this thing cranking. All right, all right, all right. So I think the other platforms are good to go. But for now, we're going to go ahead and hop right on into it. And without further ado, we have a pretty good conversation tonight. So, tonight we will be talking about kind of branching off of what we talked about last week. We talked a little bit about confidence last week. And for those of you that didn't see the replay from last week or didn't catch the replay, if you weren't able to make it live, I do have a link for the replay. So, if you are interested in that, make sure you put a number. I know, right? I was a little bit late today. I had to go. I was in a class today, and so learning about how I can help you guys more. So you finally made it over here, Jeff, right on time. But I am going to send you guys a replay if you need a replay from last week. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. And so, like I said, without further ado, we're gonna hop right on into today's talk. And if you have any questions, feel free to put those in the chat. Welcome to this week's Elevate Your Brand Masterclass. I am Angelia Malbrew, and I am the owner and founder of Angelia Malbrew Photography. I'm a luxury business and brand elevator. So today we're going to talk about one of the most overlooked power tools that you have in your toolkit, which is confidence. Confidence is more than just a personal trait. It is the foundation of how your brand is perceived and how your clients engage with you. So, I know that last week I told you guys a little bit, those of you that don't know me, a little bit about my story with the confidence piece and how when I decided that I wanted to be a speaker, when I decided that I wanted to go full time with my photography business, how I had to shift my mindset and I had to stop worrying about, the naysayers and stop worrying about, if people were going to judge me because of my Southern slang and, if they were going to receive me well. And I feel like when I decided to take the limitations off who I thought that they wanted to see, it helped me to change my business, my life, my brand. And it was almost an overnight shift. And it's just like, when you think about how the word tells you, be transformed by the renewing of your mind, every day, that's a process. It's not something you do one time and after that you don't have to, change your mindset, because there are so many outside influences. Sometimes is, the people that you're hanging around. It could be people that you're working with. It could be people that, maybe you have met them for the first time and they have a different ideology that you have. And so you have to constantly work on your mindset, work on how you present yourself, but also how are you looking at the inner person that you have inside of you. So with that being said, tonight is going to be all about confidence. It's going to be about, building yourself and putting yourself in a position where you can not only excel and elevate your business, but you can also rub some of that good stuff off on somebody else, because somebody out there is fighting a battle you have no clue about. Somebody out there needs the recommendations that it's okay not to quit. You can keep going. And some people just need a person to come and hold space for them. So I know holding space for people and giving people an opportunity to just be, without any preconceived notions, without any expectations, I give people an opportunity to just be. So when they come to my studio, or when they come, do a photo shoot with me, or whatever the case may be, even if it's a coaching client, I give them an opportunity to come in and just be themselves. And you have an opportunity, and I'm not a therapist now, but I can give some good advice every now and then. But I like to be able to give people space and time to breathe and to just be. So, confidence is something, like I say, it's a continual process. You have to continue to build on confidence. You have to continue to look for ways to enhance your mindset and to do things that are going to be not just pleasing to God, but also, how are you looking at things for yourself? Are you looking at how I can be a better me? So, that I feel like they helped me so much in my branding journey. It helped me so much when I decided to niche down and figure out I don't want to photograph everything. I had a huge so if you guys see some clips of me later on, and you see me with a brace or something on from my earlier class, I'm going to tell you why. I had a 2-day event that I photographed this weekend. And no, I typically don't do events, but doing that event, I had an opportunity to meet some amazing women. But doing that event, it kind of made me feel like I was out of my comfort zone. While I know I'm a dynamic photographer, and I know I can, get people in front of my camera and make them feel the most comfortable. I felt like being at that event, I didn't have an opportunity. I didn't get an opportunity to actually be the person that I know I am. And I say that because when you think about what your normal life looks like and what you typically do, and you are outside of your comfort zone, it makes you feel like not intimidated, but it's new space and new territory for you. So I'm going to leave the events for the event photographers, and I'm going to let them handle that. That is definitely not my space. It's too chaotic for me. For me, I love the one-on-one. I love the opportunity to get to know more about the person. I build the most connections that way, even though I love networking. I love going to different networking events and stuff. But when it comes to like photographing events, my confidence was not there. And they was like, "Oh, Angela, you did such a great job." But for me, that wasn't my space. And so I know that you have to get in your lane and you have to drive fast. So with that being said, we're going to leave the events to the event photographers. So here's what I want for you guys. Here's my desire for you all. By the end of this session, I want you to understand how owning your expertise, showing up with confidence, and the opportunity to just be who you are can transform your clients, your experience, and the way that they look at you. And also, it'll help you to learn how to better interact with your clients, how to build your brand and unlock new and exciting opportunities for you and your business. So we have quite a few things to get through tonight. So no matter if you are on LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram, I am streaming live on all 3 platforms. And so if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Say hello when you are in the room. Type a number 3 if you are here live. And then if you catch the replay, make sure you type the word replay in the chat. All right. So first things first, let's talk about why confidence matters in business and branding. For those of you that are outside of the photography world, and this is not something that you typically talk about or do in your business or your brand, or if you're doing something that kind of doesn't connect you with the client one-to-one, this is going to be a lot of good information for you guys to have as well, because you never know when you may need to share this information with someone else. So confidence in business. Confidence is definitely not about arrogance. And I know a lot of people may confuse arrogance and confidence, but arrogance and confidence are totally, totally separate. It's about knowing who you are, your worth. Are you able to communicate that effectively or efficiently? And do you know how to own your expertise? Are you standing firm in the value that you provide to other people, other clients, whoever your client is, whether you are, a teacher and you educate children, or whether you are a baker and you have clients that order cakes or whatever from you? Are you able to stand up in your confidence and be who you are, own who you are, and just be that person? You have to be able to own your expertise. There is a connection, a strong connection between brand confidence, brand perception, and just showing up. Because a lot of people, they fail to show up. So you already lost the battle before it even started. But when you think about showing up confidently in your business, it resonates with your clients. It helps them to understand, okay, this person is trustworthy. They believe in their product or service, and I should do it too. So it shows authority, it shows trustworthiness, it shows your professionalism, and it also makes people believe in what you have to offer. So there are so many ways that we can break this down, but I do want to talk to you guys about how some successful brands and entrepreneurs have positioned themselves with confidence. So if you think about Crumble cookies, right? And I don't know why I'm always on these brands, but if you think about Crumble cookies and you think about how they could have allowed themselves to be intimidated by Keebler, Chips Ahoy, all of the other, cookie companies, what's the name? Pepper Ridge Farms, them as well. Those were some big competition companies for them to go up against. And while we don't think about them as real competition, they really are. Because Crumble, they're still in the food industry, they're still in the sweet industry. But if you think about the difference between Crumble and a Chips Ahoy, right? Think about how when Crumble came out, they decided, you know what? These cookies are going to be a half a pound each, and they're going to be huge. And not only that, it's going to be like an exclusive thing, right? So think about exclusivity when you put your brand story down, or when you think about how you're helping people. What makes you exclusive to the clients that you do business with? So if you think about Crumble, you're not able to get the same recipe or the same cookie today that you got yesterday. And you definitely won't be able to get the same thing today that you'll get tomorrow. They have a different menu not every day, every week. They have a different menu every single week. And I think that's phenomenal. That keeps it interesting. That keeps the people engaged. And it also keeps a sense of mystery about the brand. While we love Chips Ahoy and Oreo and all of them, you kind of know what to expect with them. So it's always good to provide a level of surprise or element of a wow factor in your business, in your brand, when it comes to branding, when it comes to confidently standing up in your authority and in your business as well. So brand image, messaging, and visuals must reflect confidence. And if you don't have the confidence in those three things, people are going to bypass you in everything you're doing because they don't connect with it. So what is your brand image saying to people? And I told you guys a few weeks ago, when we talked about what your brand says and what your brand means to other people. Have you guys done the exercise that I told you about a few weeks ago about taking your image or taking your website to, people in a coffee shop or people, at a social event, and just asking them what they thought of it? How did it make them feel when they saw it? Sometimes the feedback that you may get may, be that little tweak that you didn't see that you can change and exponentially blow up your business. And I'm talking about in a good way. So just consider getting another set of eyes on your business. And if you are one of those people that perfect your time and you perfect over everything and you stress over everything when it comes to your business and your brand, like I do, then you definitely need another set of eyes on your business, because sometimes you can look at stuff for so long and it becomes common to you. And then you can have somebody to come in and look at that very business, that very thing you've been looking at for the past 2 years. You didn't see a problem, but they immediately picked up on it and saw what it was. So always think about creating a new opportunity in a new way for you to stand out from your competition, for you to be the very best that you can be in your field or your industry, because somebody is out there looking for your brand, your services, your business, your expertise. Don't sleep on yourself, okay? You have so much potential in you, and you guys, I'm so proud of the entrepreneurs that are on my timeline, and I have added so many, especially on Facebook. I don't know where y'all came from, but I love it for us. We're here. And I know it's a lot of people now that have found me through Threads and through Instagram, but I probably have about 50 to 60 people waiting um for me to accept their friend request on Facebook. And I'm so happy that you guys have found me. We are here now. And I want to be able to give you the most value. And the way I give my value to people each week is I come on here and I teach and I educate. And I was talking to one of my friends earlier, and I was telling her that I never wanted to be an educator ever, but it's something that comes natural to me. I have a lot of aunts, and my grandfather was actually an educator. And so for me, this part comes easy. This is not hard for me at all. I love getting on here, helping people. I love giving back to people. And I love sharing my knowledge so I can help somebody else. That's my way of giving back. I give back every single week. So if you are seeing this broadcast for the first time, we are here weekly. Typically it's at 4 p.m., but I'm thinking of pushing it to 5 because I realize that some people are still traveling. They're still trying to get home. Case in point, me today, I went to a personal branding class, and I will be there for the next 8 weeks, Lord willing. Well, 6 weeks, I should say, because it's 2 weeks I'll be out on my tour. But traffic was so bad. And then I thought about it. Oh, I didn't even get food. So I turned around and I went back and I got food. And so that little 15 minutes that I took to go get food and get back on the highway. And now, mind you, it didn't take me but probably 28 to 35 minutes to get over there. But coming back, it literally took me an hour. So it's the little things that, could knock you off schedule, knock you off kilter. But I want you to understand that I'm planning on pushing this class to 5 o'clock because I think 5 o'clock is a better time, especially with the 8-week class that I have to, or 6-week class that I have to attend. And also, I want to make sure that I am catching you guys at a good time. So, all right. So we talked about how you need to include relevant conversations, relevant communication with asking other people to take a look at your brand and see how they perceive you. If there's something that they need to give you insight on, a lot of times people will do that, but I just want to tell you this, and let me preface this by saying, don't ask people that are not emotionally invested in your business or in your brand, because if you do, you're going to get just a whole bunch of meaningless conversations. So ask somebody that really cares about you and they want to see you grow. Ask them, what do they see when they look at your brand, your business, your colors, everything about your business. I'm not telling you to go change everything overnight, but I'm saying take it with a grain of salt. And if it's something you need to change, go ahead and do that. Also, look at your messaging. How is your messaging correlating to the people that you want to do business with? Are you seeing an influx of traffic from men when you should be talking to women? If that's the case, then something is off with your brand messaging. Your images. Are your images attracting people, or are they pushing people away? That's something you should always think about. Continue to look at your analytics, continue to look at your data and see how it's coming across to other people. And you'll pay attention to that when you start seeing, go to Instagram. If you have a professional account, you can look at Instagram and see who your highest followers are. Are they men? Are they women? Is it even the right age group that you want to sell to? Because I know for me, my Instagram is not my target audience. It's not. I don't even know how we got there. And I think a lot of people that follow me, they follow me because they love beautiful pictures or they love some of the stuff that I share, but they're not my target audience. My target audience are established women in business that have been in business at least 3 to 5 years, and they are looking to up level their business, and they look for a premier service. They're not people that look for photographers that's going to show up and give them everything for $500. Those are not my people. I know who my people are. My people, I find them mostly on Facebook. Hence why I broadcast live to Facebook, and I also broadcast live to LinkedIn, because LinkedIn has my people as well. YouTube, I love YouTube. YouTube is the largest search engine in the world. So when I do things, they are strategic. I don't broadcast to Instagram because, like I said, my people aren't there. Not saying that they can't follow me or they can't find me. I have more photographers following me on Instagram. So if I'm trying to connect with my target audience, it makes sense for me to be on the other platforms versus that. All right. Section 2, let's talk about the impact of confidence on client engagement and sales. So confidence is a magnet for ideal clients, right? Because if you can stand up confident in who you are and what you do and what you bring to the table, guess who's going to be confidently calling you or reaching out to you or messaging you in your inbox, however you allow people to communicate with you. It's going to be your clients, because if they see something in you, that tells them they can be trusted. So they're going to reach out to you. When you show up with certainty and clarity, it builds trust. And I talk to you guys every single week about having these 3 things: the know, like, and trust factor. If you don't have these the 3 things, you are going to miss the mark with your clients, with your potential clients, and also the people that are listening to you and paying attention to you now. People want to work with somebody that they can trust. Are you trustworthy? Is your business one that makes people cringe, or is it one that makes people want to pull out their credit card and say, how can I pay you? It's a different type of client, I'm telling you. When you have these things in place, it translates into a stronger client relationship, and it also helps you to not only close more deals, but make more money. Because you can close deals, and if you don't structure the deal properly, you're going to be mad that you took it. So get what you want, ask for what you need, and then everybody will be happy. Confidence helps you to stand out in a competitive marketplace. There's so much competition out here, and I know I say all the time, don't be focused on what they're doing, but focus on what you're doing. There are people out there competing with you that you don't have no clue. They're stealing your stuff. They're taking words from you and trademarking them. They're rebuilding watered down versions of what you have to offer. So when you're putting your stuff out there, just like one of my amazing mentors says, it's okay to do it unsexy. Get your stuff out there. And when it comes time for you to trademark your stuff, make sure you trademark your stuff, because people are ruthless. And as much as I love the Lord's people, some people just don't have the right heart and the right intention when they do things. So if you're going to say stuff, you're going to put stuff out there, make sure you do it with all the authenticity you have. So when you get ready to go trademark that thing, that you can go back and say, oh, well, I've been using this since, January 7th, 2022. And this person started taking this and saying that this is theirs. Now you have a claim to this, right? But make sure you get your stuff in writing. Make sure you put your stuff together, and make sure you show up for yourself, because these other people that really don't care how their stuff looks, they showing up, and they showing up for themselves, and they have no guilt or shame about it. So if we are over here perfecting over our stuff, you want to make sure that you are showing up as your most authentic self, because people need you. Your services are of value. God didn't give you that vision for you to sit over there and play with it. He gave that to you so you can go change somebody's life. So if you have something you've been sitting on, whether it's a product, a service, or whatever, it could be an ebook. If it's something that can change somebody's life, go create that thing, go put a price on it, and go sell it. Somebody needs it. And you will be surprised the people that would invest in you when you start showing up. Start showing up for yourself, and they're going to show up for you. I promise. It works every single time. But you have to set your intention to let people know, I'm not just a one-hit wonder. Like, I'm here with you, and I'm here for you. And when you need me, I'm going to be there, right? All right, let's move on. So in a saturated market, confidence is a differentiator. So it's going to put you in a different room from being with them versus it's a whole bunch of y'all doing the same thing. What makes you exclusive? What makes you different? Whatever that thing is, stand on it and present with that first, right? Like some people, I have a friend right now, she's a photographer, and she's probably watching this video. But she has an amazing way of soothing babies. Me, I love babies so much, and I know when I'm photographing, I don't do well. Babies are like my kryptonite when it comes to photographing, because I love them so much. I just want to love on them and keep them, and I don't know how to leave. So with that being said, I don't photograph babies. That's not my ministry. That's not my ministry. Give me some people in business and I'll run circles around the building. But you give me a baby, I'm done for today. Like, that's it. Let's close the shop, right? But it makes you different. It positions you in your field. Somebody who not only knows their stuff, but you can be unapologetic about owning it and standing up in your truth. Time is out for, doing stuff just because somebody said you should be doing it, but do it because it's authentic to you. Do it because it makes you feel good. Do it because it's going to make a difference, not only in your life, but the lives of others. Also, we're going to talk about building confidence in your brand, but knowing your value. When was the last time you sat down and just thought about how valuable and how impactful and how amazing you are? If you haven't done that, the first step to building your confidence is understanding your unique value. And I try to boost people up all the time, no matter where I am. I went to a networking event last night, and I remember the ladies like, "Oh my gosh, Angelia, that's the photographer that was speaking." And I'm like, "Girl, you got me feeling like a whole celebrity." And then somebody else came over and somebody else came up like, "Oh my gosh, I remember your talk. I remember what you said." And so it's little things like that. And when I walked in the room, I didn't know who was going to be in the room. Like, it was a huge event. I think it was probably maybe 100 people in that room last night. But the fact that I was identified for not only who I am, but for what I do tells me that not only am I owning my truth, I'm standing up in who I am, and I stand 10 toes down on it. Okay. All right. What makes you different? What makes you different? Do you have the ability to make people feel comfortable? I know I do. And I know that's what works for me in the photography industry, because there's a lot of people that come to be photographed and they haven't been photographed in a while, or they have not felt beautiful in front of a camera, or maybe they had a photographer that just really didn't see them. I have a magnetic way of making people feel comfortable, feel beautiful, and feel at ease when they come to shoot with me. I don't care what's going on outside the doors or the walls or wherever we are. I have an opportunity to make someone's life better. So if I have the option to just sit them down and say, "Hey, everything is okay. I got you. You don't have to worry." I just have a calming spirit. And so that's my strength. Like, I do that. And so when people ask me what makes me different, what do you bring to the table that's different from everybody else? Not only this dynamic eye that I have for catching the most beautiful images, but I have a way of just being able to just bring the peace and to make people feel amazing. So when you think about who you are and what makes you different from everybody else, it's going to be clear as to how you need to be marketing, how you need to be talking to people, how you need to be showing up in your marketing, your branding, and just the way you clarify your message to people. All right, so I'm going to give you guys 3 steps tonight to practically build your confidence. And I think this is going to resonate with a lot of people. Number 1, clarify your brand message. If you have not worked on your brand message, make sure you see me after class, because I got something for that. I have a workbook that will help you to get through the noise and to actually build on what you were building when you started that business. Because confusion breeds insecurity. If you are confusing your people, you have confused yourself, and you're going to confuse that money. Should it come to you or should it not? Nobody wants to be confused in business. So make sure that when you put your stuff out there, that is clear, you're secure in it, and there's no confusion around your business, your brand, your products, your services. Do people know how to spend money with you? I did this class a while back, and I talked about stop making it so hard for people to spend money with you. How many steps is it to spend money with you? Do they need to do a consultation first? Or do they just DM you for a link? Or, do they just go to your website? Is it a way for them to immediately get the product? Or do they have to wait a certain amount of time? Don't make it so hard for people to invest in your business and in your brand. You have worked so hard on this business. Don't let it go out the window because you have made it too complicated to receive the money that you're asking for. The next thing, confidence starts with a clear brand message. What is the one thing you want your audience to know about you? If you haven't put that out there, maybe that's your next post on social media. What do you want your people to know about you? Is it that your products are so amazing that they are all natural? Are you a sustainable business? Do you focus on green? Like, what is it so amazing about you and your brand that makes people want to do business with you? Why are people doing business with you? And what do you want them to know about you? And if I'm speaking too loud, y'all, I mean too fast, y'all make sure y'all let me know. But if you have any questions, make sure you drop them in the chat, and I will be happy to answer any questions you have about the class tonight. Also, show up consistently. When was the last time you posted on your social media page? And I said that for a response because I know y'all watching. I see y'all. If you haven't posted this week, get to it today or start fresh tomorrow. But make sure you're not leaving your people out there to wonder where is she, where he at. I haven't seen him all week. Y'all ain't seen me, but I kind of been doing some stuff behind the scenes. I'm coming out with some stuff tonight and tomorrow. But show up consistently. Confidence is built through consistency. So if you're not showing up, your confidence is not there. Why do you think people want to invest in you and you're not showing up for yourself? If you're not going to show up for you, they shouldn't show up for you neither. Okay? All right. Consistent images. And I'm going to talk about photography because that's what I do. But don't be over here using 20-year-old stuff and then you show up to these events and these networking things and people have no clue of who you are. Right? And if you had a previous business and you use different brand colors and things like that, it's time to get some updated images. You have to stay consistent. People need to know who you are, what you look like now. I was telling one of my clients the other day, she was like, oh my gosh, Angelia, I see exactly what you're talking about now. She said, because the person I was when I did the headshots, I don't even look like that anymore. I've lost weight. My hair has grown. I don't even wear my hair like that anymore. So just a few months ago, her life was totally different. And now here we are getting ready. We're riding into the fourth quarter of this year, and she's totally different. So think about the people that did their images 20 years ago or 2 years ago. Things have changed. My hair is not even the same as it was in January, right? So it's time for me to do some new branding images, and I'm going to do them tomorrow. But like I said, consistent visuals, your messaging. Make sure your messaging is consistent. What are you saying on Facebook versus what are you saying on Instagram? Do you have a different audience over there? So maybe you need to tailor it a little bit. But make sure whatever you're saying, because what I say on LinkedIn, if I go post an article on LinkedIn, it's not going to be the same thing that I post on Facebook. It's a totally different audience. Totally different audience. And no, I'm not code switching, but I am putting things out there as it aligns to each brand. Your actions that show you are reliable and trustworthy. What makes people know, like, and trust you? What makes people want to trust you? Is it the way you come across? Is it your demeanor? Is it the way you always show up for your community? What is it? Because that's what people are asking when they look at your brand. Why should I trust this person? If you have if you have a hair product brand, right? And you say, oh, this is an amazing product, but you don't have any reviews. How are you going to get yourself to the point of helping people to understand that they can trust you? You have to find somebody that can speak up for you or collaborate with somebody that has worked with you, but do what you need to do to build that trust factor in your business. All right. And number 3, invest in professional photography. I'm going to say it every single time I go live because it's important. One of the most effective ways to project your confidence is to show up as yourself, show up in your confidence, all your glory with high quality photography, right? Your photos will help you to demonstrate and showcase your expertise. It speaks volumes about your brand, and it helps people to understand, okay, well, she invested in herself. She is definitely willing to invest in doing what she needs to do for me as her client, right? So I want you guys to take a few moments. If you brought your pens and papers with you, if not, I want you to come back and watch this live. But I want you to write down and reflect 3 key strengths that I triggered in your head when you heard me talk about the things we talked about tonight. But I want you to tell me what your 3 strengths are in your brand. Matter of fact, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. You ain't got to do it today, but do it as soon as you hear me say this on the live. Write down your 3 strengths. And I want you to also consider how you communicate these strengths in your brand and how you're doing it confidently. And if you feel like you haven't been as confident with the See Me Off class, I got something for that too. All right. So we are winding on down. We only have 2 more sections to go. So let's talk about communicating confidence through visuals, aka images, and your messaging. So the role of photography in projecting confidence. Images are the first thing people see. You know, I tell you all the time, it's your digital calling card. When you in the bed sleep, or when you scrolling on TikTok, somebody's over there looking at your page. Somebody's over there judging. Somebody said, oh, she ain't even got no photo. She ain't even got no headshot. She over here using AI, or she's using her logo as her headshot or her cover page or something like that. It's the first thing people see, and they're going to immediately either feel connected or they're going to feel disconnected. It's no in between. It's no gray area here. You should feel confident and professional in your images. And if you look at your current headshots or your current branding images now, and you don't feel that, it's time to get rid of them. Don't even use them no more. Don't. Are your current photos doing what they're supposed to be doing in your brand? If not, you need to upgrade. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, you need to upgrade. I want you to think about how you craft your messages going forward. Because whether you know it or not, your words, your conversations, your dialogue that you share online, it matters. I don't care if it's your website copy. I don't care if it's a social media post. Everything you say should be in alignment with the confidence that you show in your images. And also, it should show that you have the authority and you're not shying away from your expertise, right? So, like I told you before, consistency. Your brand, your messaging, and your visuals. I don't care if you're talking about through your images or your messaging. You have to be consistent. Consistency is crucial, and maintaining a confident brand presence throughout all your social media platforms. That's important. So there are 3 ways that I want you guys to focus on elevating your confidence in your brand going forward. First, take ownership of your expertise. Starting today, I want you to own your expertise. Whether you're just starting out or you've been in business for years, you have something unique and valuable to offer, and I want you to show up in that, and I want you to be proud and authentic in who you are and what you bring to the table. I want you to invest in professional support. Don't just go to Canva and take their background out their picture, okay? You don't have to do that anymore. It's totally fine to invest in your brand and in your business. If you want to elevate your brand with me, don't hesitate, because I have the best offer for you. And it does not matter where you are. I don't care if you have professional services or if you're a strategist. You can even be a photographer or a coach. Confidence comes in having the right support team, community, group, whatever you calling it, in place. That's what it comes down to. And I also want you to join my community. So I know the other day I shared a little bit with you about the community that I am building currently. And confidence grows when you surround yourself with like-minded people. Sometimes those people may be on the same journey, but you haven't even had the conversation with them because you're too afraid to reach out to people. And that's okay. So in my new community, the Elevated Brand Society, you're going to have an opportunity to come in with people that actually want to support you, people that want to see you do well, people that want to actually do business with you. Because I don't know if you guys heard my little spiel or not when I talked about why I was building the Elevate Your Brand Society. I'm tired. I'm over it. I'm exhausted with going to networking events that don't serve me. I'm tired of going in a bunch of rooms with people that don't see networking as a tool. And they come, they take up space, and they have nothing of value to add or to share with other business owners or professionals. I'm tired of that. I don't want no more of that going forward. If you are interested in connecting with me with the Elevate Your Brand Society, make sure you reach out. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and drop this link in the comments for those of you that may not be watching right now, but you'll watch it later. Because I want you guys to, I want you to sign up. There is an interview process, and I'm just not letting anybody in the group for that reason. Because I don't want any more of what I've had in the past, and that's going to events, that's going to networking and getting absolutely nothing out of it. Because you go there, you're all excited about it, and you say, oh, this is going to be amazing. But you get there, excuse me, and you talk to people, and you end up leaving with a bunch of random conversations from people that have no desire to do business, and people that definitely are not doing business for themselves, and they have no desire to do business with you. So if you are tired of going to networking events, wasting your time, wasting your marketing dollars, wasting your energy on things that are no longer serving you, make sure you sign up for the Elevated Brand Society. Now, we are only looking for women in this community right now. I don't know if I'm going to extend it to men just yet, but for now, I have to get the ladies to a point where we can go to a place and we can communicate, and we can bring in other like-minded women that are ready to support, that are ready to level up, that are ready to take their businesses and brands to the next level, and also those that are serious about their craft. If you're not serious about your business, this is not the place for you. If you want to come and spectate, this is not the place for you. If you just want to come see what's going on because you think it's free, this is not the place for you. There is an entry fee. In any professional organization, 501c3 group that you know of that has value, it is not free. There is an investment. So if you're ready to invest in your brand, you're ready to invest in your business, I urge you and encourage you to go ahead and fill out the link and the application process, and we will be in contact. But again, this is not a spectator group. This is not a group for you to come in and just see what everybody else is doing, sit back on the wall and not have conversations with people. This is not that. If you want that, there are so many other groups that you can go into and get that experience. Over here, we're building brands, we're building empires, we're building massive, massive, massive businesses that we can not only sell, but pass down to children if you have children. We are building legacy brands. So if that's what you want to do and that's your jam and you're ready to take this thing by storm with me, feel free to join the Elevated Brand Society. If that is not your thing and you just want to check out what we have for free, come back every week and I'll see you next week on Thursday. But let's go ahead and do a quick recap. Today we talked about how confidence is your brand's secret weapon. We explore how owning your expertise, showing up consistently, and communicating effectively and confidently can elevate your brand and attract the clients you really deserve. So, if you're ready to take the next step and elevate your brand and project the confidence that I know you have, and I know that your business needs to thrive and not just survive, but thrive, I'd love to help you. Whether it's through a luxury professional photo session or you need a personalized brand strategy, we can work together. Let's bring your vision to life. Let's connect. I want you to consider going ahead to book your free consultation. For those of you that don't know, I will be going on tour very soon with the Elevate Your Brand Tour. So it does not matter where you are, what city, state you are in. I'm going to hit 7 different cities. So if I am coming to a city near you, make sure you go ahead and sign up because I would love to photograph you. I would love to help you to take your business, your brand, your life, and your income to the next level. So go ahead and I'll also put the link in there for that as well, just in case you guys are interested in the Elevate Your Brand Tour. All right, so here is the link for the Elevate Your Brand Tour for those of you that are interested. All right. So the tour is there. Let me see if I can do this. So the tour is there, and the link for the Elevated Brand Society, which is my community that I am building, is there as well. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys enjoy the rest of your afternoon. If you have any questions for me about the tour or about the Elevated Brand Society, make sure you reach out to me directly. I am not scary. I will answer any questions you may have about either one. But once you go through the application process, a lot of the questions that you may have will be answered there. So thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you for spending this 45 minutes with me tonight. I told you I was going to do it in 45, even with my rant. So have a fantastic evening. I love you guys. May the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent one from another. Have a fantastic evening. Have a great weekend. And I will see you guys somewhere on my tour. Have a good night. Love y'all. Bye.